We did it. We hit 1,000 subscribers. And it's not even the end of May. I said it like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh yeah, by the end of May, can we hit 1,000 subs? We did it at the start of May. I think we've gained like almost 300 subscribers in a month and a half. Which is growth that I have never experienced in my life. So thank you guys. I know a lot of you guys have come from TikTok and all that, so thank you guys there. If you haven't, go check out my TikTok. Don't mean to make this a selfless plug, but go check that out. We do post a lot over there. And if you're from TikTok, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. It does mean a lot. And if this is the first video you're watching, well then go watch all my 350 other videos that it took me to get to 1,000 subscribers. Because trust me, it was a year and a half of posting a lot of videos that were not too great. I think only just recently, like the past like 3-4 months, my videos have gotten, you know, a little bit better, you know, a bit better quality and all that type of stuff. So yeah, as you guys can tell by the title, we've hit 1,000 subscribers and we're going to try and win 1,000 games in NBA 2K20. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a fantasy draft, and then you're just going to let the computer do it, and then we're going to try and rebuild a team to win 1,000 games. This could take us a very long time. Going to go over the off seasons very, very quickly. Probably just recaps of what's going on. You won't see every single move I make unless it's for like a superstar player. I do have a few things that I want to go over, talking about what happens when I hit 1,000. But for now, so you guys aren't just sitting there watching me talk for the first 5 minutes of the video, we are going to go over this fantasy draft, and we are not going to draft it. We're going to let the computer do it. Or I mean, we could do it. Oh no, we'll let the computer do it. It brings a sort of, you know, surprise element to it. But we could get Joel Embiid, which is pretty cool. What is Zion's still here, so if we pick up Zion, that'd be cool. But because we're at 14, we normally get someone. We're going to get someone that we don't normally get. If we could get Joel Embiid or like Zion or someone like that, someone that isn't you can't trade for, that would be very, very nice. Because these guys you can all trade for. Just saying, you can trade for all those guys. So we end up with Joel Embiid, which I'm very alright with. It's a guy that we can't actually trade for, so I'm very alright with getting Joel Embiid. We've got Derrick Rose as well, Julius Randle. So we've got a lot of guys that can make some good trade value. Do we have any young guys? We don't have a lot of good young guys, so we don't have like a rookie or something like that. However, before we begin the video, there is a few things that I want to talk about. Because we hit 1,000 subscribers, as you guys probably know, when you hit 1,000, YouTube now gives you the ability to monetize your channel, play ads, and make money off of your videos. I have already applied for my channel to be monetized. If you guys think that's a sellout move or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. So yeah, this would be like my main income stream, if that makes sense. So hopefully you guys don't think that's a sellout move or anything like that. I am just trying to make it so, like, you know, I can make the money and then invest it back into you guys by getting like a better setup, better computer, better graphics card, better, you know, everything like that, make better audio, better visuals, get a better webcam, because the one that I'm using right now is pretty bad, as you guys can probably tell. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. So most of the money that I would make from this would go back into you guys, and I'll try and upgrade what I produce out for you guys. That's what I was thinking anyway. If you guys have a problem with that, let me know down in the comments. But that's the serious stuff out of the way. Let's try and win 1,000 games for 1,000 subscribers. So what we've got Joel Embiid and Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose, DeAndre Jordan. Actually, Derrick Rose and Julius Randle. What could we get here? Because we need another superstar to pair along Joel Embiid. So what we should actually do first is go here, see who's rebuilding and selling. We could get Kristaps Porzingis. Not the best. So all the usual players that are listed as untouchable are listed as untouchable. So what we could probably do now is just rebuild the best team possible, try and, like, you know, get a few first round picks back in return, and then try and, you know, win a couple of games. John Collins is very handy indeed to have on the team, not gonna lie here, lads. John Collins is very good. Or we could get Wiggs and Jamal Murray. I don't want to give up first round picks. Kemba Walker, because we also get a first round pick with that, I will bring in Kemba Walker. I'm very okay with that. Pair Kemba with Joel Embiid. I'm very okay with that. And what I'm going to try and do then is, if I pair Kemba and DeAndre Jordan, could we pick up Paul George? That's even better. We also get Paul Millsap in that deal, which we can use in another trade. So we're going to bring in Paul George, which is going to be handy because we've got a good superstar duo in Joel Embiid and Paul George, and that defense is going to be crazy good. So if we then go Paul Millsap and Bogdan Bogdanovic, sorry, we could probably pick up another player, because if we can pick up another superstar player like a Chris Paul, that would be huge. I mean, what could we get for Chris Paul? I mean, he is nice, and I'm very happy with keeping him at the point guard for us. But if we could get someone younger, I probably won't say no. We could get Porzingis. Imagine a Porzingis and Joel Embiid front court. Okay, I'm going to bring in Porzingis, all right? I'm going to do it only because he's under a 4-year deal and he's younger. So now we need a point guard. So we've got our front court sorted. We got a center, power forward, and small forward all sorted. If we could pick out a point guard now, that would be delightful, and then we should be okay. A point guard and a shooting guard, that's what we need. We did just trade for Yusuf Nurkic, just so you guys know. So I'm going to bring in John Collins, only because then we can flip John and say Patty Mills for a guard. Or Bam Adebayo. Because if we got Bam Adebayo, we can move him to the power forward, and we can move him and say, who's making a butt ton of money? Tomas Satoranski, we can move him to the shooting guard, depending on what comes up. We can move him, get a guard in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think I pronounced that right. I'm just going to call him Shai. We'll move him to the small forward because his trade value does go up a little bit, and then we can pair him with Avery Bradley. And could we possibly bring in Donovan Mitchell? No. So I just traded Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Will, and a whole lot of first-round picks for Ben Simmons. So now we've got Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons on the same team again. So that's kind of funny. But now we need a shooting guard or a small forward. So then we've got a starting rotation. That's very good. So yeah, that's what we're going to have to look for now. A shooting guard. Our bench is still pretty shit, but this is all we've got so far. I'm trading Malcolm Brogdon for Zach LaVine and Lou Will. Lou Will can then come off of our bench for this. Actually, no, he's going to regress, isn't he? So we'll probably trade Lou Will away then, and probably like DeAnthony Melton, I guess, for someone that comes up here like, ooh, I see Dwight Howard and Enes Kanter. Dwight's probably going to regress though, knowing how old he is. Zubac and Isaiah Thomas. Zubac isn't going to regress. I know that. DeAndre Jordan's going to regress, I can tell you. Ooh, Mo Bamba to come off the bench. Yeah, we're bringing in Mo Bamba. So our starting lineup right now is Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, Paul George, Kristaps Porzingis, and Joel Embiid. That's our starting 5 at the moment, but our bench at the moment only has Mo Bamba coming off of it, which, I mean, fair enough. Well, I mean, eventually we're probably going to have to move him. I mean, we've got Embiid, and we don't expect to move on from Embiid. Let's just see what goes on there. Bamba's nice to come off the bench for now anyway. Shake Milton, I'm fine with coming off our bench. We do need a backup point guard, and we've got a few players that we could use here, so we need to look for a backup point guard. All right, our rotation here for this first season: Simmons, LaVine, George, Porzingis, and Embiid. We have Brandon Clark, Devontae Graham, Mo Bamba, and Shake Milton coming off the bench. Embiid, George, and Simmons are scoring options, and we got a 3.5-star system with balance. We are, of course, the projected 6th seed. So we've got 3 All-Stars on this season. We got Ben Simmons, Paul George on Team Steph, and we got Joel Embiid on Team Luka. Okay, for this first season, we ended up going 73-9, so we tied the win record. Luka is the MVP, and Nick Nurse won Coach of the Year, as you'd probably expect. Joel Embiid is the only player that we get on an All-NBA team, and that's All-NBA 3rd team. Sorry, guys, but I'm not going to show you the stats because we got to get through a lot of games this video, so we've got to get through a lot of games here, so I'm not going to show you guys the stats, but we go straight into the playoffs, and we're up 3-0 on the Pistons, and we sweep past the Pistons. We're taking on New York here in the second round. Let's sim round. We don't have time to go through every single one. We've just got to quickly go through them and hope that we don't lose, but they've already tied the series up 3-2. We win game 6. We got Philadelphia here in the Eastern Conference Finals. See what goes on. We're up 2-0, we're up 3-0, and we are into the finals where we're taking on the 4-seeded Blazers, who I'm pretty sure have Luka Doncic. Nope, they have Trae Young. Trae Young, Andre Drummond. Okay. I think we should be alright. Not sure. Yep, okay. Might have spoke too soon. Oh. Okay, yeah, there we go. We win 6 games, and Ben Simmons is finals MVP. Here we go. So we got Ben Simmons, Zach LaVine, Paul George, Kristaps Porzingis, and Joel Embiid. Exact same starting 5. We got Brandon Clark, Bamba, Brunson, and Shake Milton. Almost the exact same bench. We got the same scoring options. We got a 3.5-star system with balance. Actually, let's see what actually comes up. Is there anything better? No, there isn't. And we are the projected 1 seed, just like last time. And again, we've got 3 All-Stars in Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Ben Simmons. We end up going 56-26, which brings our total so far to 129. So we've got almost 870 wins left to go. So let's keep going. Luka won MVP. We didn't win any awards there. We do get Joel Embiid, All-NBA first team. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid on All-Defensive first team. Good on them. That's the way. I mean, at least we finished as a 1 seed again, I guess. At least you could say that. We finished as a 1 seed, and we're taking on Orlando here in the first round. We're up 3-1, and okay, they tie it? No, they don't. Okay, we win in 6 games. Cleveland here in the second round. I'm not as confident as I am last season because we didn't win 73 games games like we did last season. So I'm not as confident, but we're through the Eastern Conference Finals and we're taking on the 3-seeded Hawks. Sim round, let's see what goes on here. Could we go to the finals once again? We do. We sweep our way past the Hawks and we're taking on the Grizzlies. I don't know who's on their team. I'm guessing Luka, because he's in a blue uniform, isn't he? I don't know, but we did just beat them in 5 games and Ben Simmons is again MVP. Okay, I'm going to be doing this trade because we need to change something up. We get rid of Shake Milton, but we get Bogdan Bogdanovic in return, and we get Jason Tatum, who we can move to the small forward and play there as well. So if we move Jason Tatum to the small, he goes up to a 93 and he's just as good as Paul George, and he's much, much younger, and we've got him locked up for longer. I'm not sure if I'm okay with Levine at the moment. We could probably move on from Levine and Bogdanovic. Could we possibly get a better starting shooting guard? In Klay Thompson, thank you. I'll take Klay Thompson very, very, very much. So now we've got a very good starting 5. I'm very happy with it. And our bench, what do we need? We've got a point guard, center, small forward, power forward. We're going to bring Domantas Sabonis back onto the team for Mo Bamba, only because I don't necessarily want to re-sign Mo Bamba to a max deal. And Domantas Sabonis we have locked up for 3 years on a fairly decent deal. So we should be all right now. We've got Sabonis, Clark, Brunson coming off of our bench. We need, what, a shooting guard or a small forward? And we need a shooting guard. Rotation for this season is Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, Tatum, Porzingis, and Embiid. We've got Sabonis, Brandon Clark, Jalen Brunson, and Chris Dunn coming off of our bench. We got Embiid. Then it's going to be Tatum and Simmons as our scoring options, and we've got a 4-star system with balance. We don't have anything that's a bit better. Power rankings, we are, of course, the projected 1 seed. We only had 2 All-Stars this year in Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. They're both on different teams. Paul George managed to become a starter as soon as we traded him away, and no Jason Tatum. All right, we win 64 games that season, and that puts our total to 193. Luka Doncic is the MVP. Jalen Green, Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Davis, and Ja Morant. And Nick Nurse winning Coach of the Year. Once again, we're not going to be showing the stats. We are the 1 seed in the East again, and we're taking on New York here. Let's see what we can do. It would be absolutely lovely if we could just sweep past them. Thank you. We do that, and we are taking on the Detroit Pistons or Atlanta Hawks. Detroit Pistons, alright. And we go past them pretty easily, and we're taking on the 6th-seeded Boston Celtics, which they actually take one from us from home, which isn't nice. 2 each. Can we go up 3-2? Yes, we do. And we go to the NBA Finals here, where we're taking on the Timberwolves, who have Luka. So Luka's on the Timberwolves, not the Grizzlies. Good to know. All right, 2 each. Could we go up 3-2? Game 7, and we go 3 straight championships, and Joel Embiid wins Finals MVP. Rotation for this season is, I think it's the 4th season. Ben Simmons, Klay, Tatum, Porzingis, and Embiid. We got Sabonis, Clark, Milton, and Kadeem Allen coming off the bench. We couldn't re-sign Jalen Brunson because he wanted too much money, and we're over the hard cap. We got 4-star balance system, and we are a projected 2 seed. Apparently, these guys are a higher projection than us. All right. We got 3 All-Stars this season. We got Joel Embiid as an All-Star starter on Team Giannis, and we got Ben Simmons and Jason Tatum on Team LeBron as reserves. We go 71-11 for this season. Luka won MVP. Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year. Do we get any awards here? Probably not, because knowing our luck, Joel Embiid, All-NBA second team. Same with Ben Simmons, and that's Jason Tatum gets All-NBA third team. Nice. Once again, we are the 1st seed in the East. I think we've been the 1st seed in the East 4 seasons in a row now. And if we can get another championship, we would have just won 4 championships in 4 straight seasons. But we have to get there first. And at the moment, Milwaukee, who are the 8th seed, have tied the series. And I'm not liking it. And we win in 6. We're taking on Indiana. So Minnesota over there has Luka Doncic, and I'm guessing that's the team that if we do make it to the finals, we will be versing. We're up 3-1 on the Pacers though. We need to look here, and we are through to the Eastern Conference Finals, taking on the Celtics again, who we beat last year in the Eastern Conference Finals. This time we sweep them, and we are taking on the Spurs. Alright, who have LaMelo, Ingram, Chris Paul, and Bol, Julius Randle, Victor Oladipo. That team's a little bit scary, not gonna lie to you lads. We're up 3-2, we're up 3-0, and we sweep them. And Joel Embiid wins Finals MVP. Alright, just then I realized I should have been counting playoff wins as well, which means we've won 16 games every single playoff series, and we're now at 328 wins. So that's a lot better. We're at 328 wins. We just over a quarter of the way done. We're trading away Klay Thompson for Devin Booker, only because Klay Thompson's getting a bit older now and we want to be able to re-sign him, but Devin Booker's on a 1-year deal, and yeah, so that's going to be a bit of bad, but we didn't manage to bring back Joel Embiid in free agency, so we need to find a better starting caliber center. So if we move Shake Milton and Sabonis, could we find ourselves a starting center for our team? No, I'm guessing DeAndre Jordan is probably the best we're going to get, not going to lie. So if we go DeAndre Jordan and then we can move DJ with like Isaiah Todd, I guess. And we could probably move them for Wendell Carter. Yeah, all right, I'll bring Wendell Carter onto the team, see what that does. Hopefully, that's all good. I mean, we just four-peated with bloody Embiid, and Wendell Carter decides to piece the scene. All right, cool. Not gonna lie to you, the team's taken a little bit of a hit. We got Ben Simmons, Booker, Tatum, Porzingis, and Wendell Carter Jr. We got Brandon Clark, Zaya Wade, Kadeem Allen, and Tyler Cavanagh coming off the bench. Tatum, I'm going to go Simmons, then Booker is our scoring options. I mean, we could also go Porzingis. Yeah, all right, we'll go Porzingis, see what that does. We're still a balanced system, and we are a projected 4 seed now instead of a 1 seed. We only get the 2 All-Stars this season in Ben Simmons and Jason Tatum, both of them on different teams. Joel Embiid makes the All-Star team, but he's no longer on our team. We win 56 games, which puts us at 384 wins. Luka Doncic is the MVP, and we get Coach of the Year at least. We do get Jason Tatum, All-NBA second team, and that's all we get. Once again, we are the 1 seed in the East, and we're taking on the Bucks here in the first round. See if we can 5-peat. That will be something that's never happened in the NBA. Hey, that will be something. At the moment, we've 4-peated, and we are 2-2 against Milwaukee. We're up 3-2. Can we go? Thank you. We go to the second round. We're down against the Washington Wizards here in the second round, and we get eliminated for the first time in this rebuild challenge. So we're now at 391 wins. All right, we have got a few changes coming along this season. We got D'Angelo Russell, Devin Booker, so the defense isn't going to be great. Ben Simmons, Bagley, and Porzingis. We then have Zaya Wade, Alex Len, and Dean Wade, and Javon Carter coming off our bench. We have Ben Simmons is now going to be our first scoring option. Booker, should it be Booker or Bagley? I'm going to go Bagley and then Porzingis. Yeah, let's go like that. We got 4 stars with that one, and we are projected 2 seed. And on this season, we get Ben Simmons as an all-star, and that's all I can see. Yeah, Ben Simmons is our only all-star. We win 36 games, which puts us at 427 wins so far. I'm not going to lie, lads. I have a feeling this is probably going to be the last season, just because everything's fallen apart so far, lads. Everything's fallen apart, and we didn't even make playoffs. Yeah, alright. I think I'm going to call it here, guys. I think I'm going to call it here. This is the first season that we didn't make playoffs. Within this challenge, we did go to 4 straight finals and won 4 straight championships. We ended up winning 427 games, including playoff games. So we ended up winning almost just about 427, which means we're close to halfway done. And my Xbox can't handle going. It is not a good Xbox. It's just a very, very cheap one, and it's struggling. Same with my computer. My computer's struggling as well. So I'm gonna end this video here, guys. I'm sorry that we couldn't do it all. It's just my setup can't handle doing all that yet. So yeah, we can't really do it. Hopefully you guys all have enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We've hit 1,000 subscribers, guys, so we need to think of a new subscriber goal. At the moment, I'm thinking 2,000 by the end of the year, but I think that might be out of reach. Not sure. We'll find out soon, but hopefully you guys will have a good rest of the day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Yeah, I've been messaging people. There we go! Yes, let's go! Get in! Get in! Whoa! 1,000! Oh, that's dope! That's fucking dope! Let's go! Yes!